Good morning, everyone in Australia, Mongolia, and Taiwan, and elsewhere. Also, good afternoon in North America. So I would like to welcome everybody for today's meditation and teaching on Lam Rim. So first, we recite the mantra of Shakyamuni Buddha. Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Soha. 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 Om Muni 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 Maha Muni Soha. Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Soha. The subject of the talk and meditation is the power of love. So last week I talked about three kinds of powers. Power of meditation on impermanence, and which is the opponent power or method of overcoming attachment. This time I would like to talk about the power of love and also compassion, which is the opponent power of anger and and fear and so on. So before we do the meditation on power of love, first we have to visualize Shakyamuni Buddha in front of us as the object of what we call the object of power, and or in other words, like kind of like a refuge, or it is refuge. So we visualize Shakyamuni Buddha in front of us. So, and then the Buddha is with us. So due to Buddha's blessing, we will be able to meditate on love, loving kindness. It will be much more beneficial, more powerful, and more effective. And I'm not alone sitting here trying to meditate, but Buddha is in front of me. So that's the most powerful. And I am receiving the blessings from the Buddha so that I can overcome any form of any kind of obstacles for meditation. So let's visualize Shakyamuni Buddha in front of us. Now, in front of you, there's a beautiful space and vast space, and not very far from you. And visualize lotus cushion and moon cushion. Shakyamuni Buddha sitting on it. Shakyamuni Buddha has a golden color, skin color, and he's wearing beautiful robes of a monk, and burgundy color and golden color and robes. He's wearing skirt and shawls, and his hands, right hand is in the mudra of touching the earth, blessing the earth. Left hand is in the mudra of meditative echo pose and holding a bowl with nectar, beautiful white nectar inside. Shakyamuni Buddha sitting in front of you. Shakyamuni is embodiment of all the Buddhas, and Shakyamuni's uh, body, holy speech, and holy mind are um, the essence of the holy body, speech, mind of all the Buddhas. And so I visualize Shakyamuni Buddha as the object of refuge and object of inspiration for my meditation on loving kindness. Okay, let's visualize Shakyamuni first in front of us, and not too far away, about 10 feet from me and above me, and as a normal size, a human size, a beautiful Shakyamuni Buddha sitting as an object of refuge. while we are visualizing Shakyamuni Buddha in front of us, then imagine a beautiful light shining from his heart, white light shining from his heart. This white light is the essence of loving kindness, metta, and karuna. And this light is now dissolving into me through my crown, into my heart. So I received inspiration to cultivate loving kindness for all sentient beings. So white light emanating from Shakyamuni Buddha's heart, dissolving through my crown into my heart, and then I receive inspiration to generate a loving kindness and power of overcoming anger and fear. subject of the talk is loving kindness. So when we talk about love, and we're talking about bodhicitta, which is the Sanskrit term, and also there's another term which is metta. In the Theravadan Buddhist tradition, we use the word metta instead of bodhicitta. In the Mahayana tradition, we use the term bodhicitta. Tibetan word is Changchukji Sem. So bodhi is Changchuk, chitta is Sem. And so according to Lam Rim outline here, this is the practice of person of great scope. Also, in other words, this practice, this meditation is called meditation for the great being. So, according to Lam Rim, there are three scopes. We call the person of the initial scope, person of the medium scope, person of the great scope, or you can say the word small being, medium being, and great being. Three beings, B-E-I-N-G, a being. Okay, so because the Tibetan word is called jivu. Jivu means being. Jivu is a person or being. So according to Lam Rim describes three different beings: small being, medium being, and great being. So how do we distinguish between those three beings? What does that mean? And the small being, medium being, great being, it does not mean the size of your body, and a small person, a medium person, or a big, tall person. That's not how we describe. Or someone is got less power, someone got medium power, somebody got big power, or someone is poor, someone is not so poor, middle class, and someone is rich. And that's not the meaning of being. Here when we talk about small being, medium being, and great being. So we are talking about the mind. We are talking about the motivation of the person who is on the path of enlightenment. And the small being has to be Dharma practitioner, has to be meditator, someone who's beginner, someone who is practicing Dharma and trying to cultivate virtues and merit, and so that one could reborn or reincarnated and as a human being, and so that you have opportunity to practice Dharma and for yourself, and it's more like kind of like a Hinayanist person, right? That you primary goal is for yourself to be able to take rebirth as a human being, have a obtain precious human rebirth, obtain 8 freedoms and 10 endowments, and so this kind of motivation, this type of motivation is called a small motivation, and it's fairly simple, and you cultivate renunciation and meditate on impermanence and practice Dharma for yourself. That's the small being. And then medium being, Jivu Niwa, Tibetan word. The small being is called Jiwu Chungwa in Tibetan word. Tibetan word Chungwa means little, and Jiwu Ningwa means medium, person of the medium motivation. So which is like not only the motivation is not only yourself to be reborn as a human being and have the opportunity to practice Dharma in this lifetime, but you practice Dharma for a cause of liberation from entire wheel of life, from liberate from cycle of existence, from samsara, entire samsara. You're liberating yourself to reach nirvana. Okay, this kind of motivation, this type of motivation, liberate oneself from this cyclic existence. And tarpa, tundu nyerwa, in Tibetan word is tarpa means liberation. Tundu nyerwa is to seeking the liberation for yourself from samsara. That's the person of the medium scope, or I call medium being. Okay. Now the large being or person of the great scope is you cultivate Dharma practice and cultivate loving kindness, cultivate bodhicitta, and for the sake of enlightenment, sake of obtaining to obtain enlightenment, Buddhahood, for the benefit of all migration or for all sentient beings. Okay, so this motivation is the we call bodhicitta, and so here your motivation is to become enlightened for the sake of all sentient beings. So this is the greatest motivation. That's why we call the great scope, person of the great scope, the great being. So you are great being. You are what we call in Sanskrit or Hindi, they use word Mahatma, great being. Like they use the word Mahatma Gandhi, Mahatma, the great person, great being. And he was working for millions of people, like Gandhi worked for India and Hindustan, and or actually before Hindustan, India, and for more than 1 billion people, for their liberation and freedom and justice and equality and so on and so forth. And so this is why he got the name Mahatma, the great being, Simba Chembo. In Tibetan word, Simba Chembo, Mahatma. And so the person of the great motivation is, you can call it Mahatma, you could call kind of like a bodhisattva, right? So now I like to talk about the practice itself, the meditation. How do we meditate on loving kindness, love, and to overcome anger and overcome fear? So this point, it is, I think, very important that we meditate on love, meditate on compassion. And I can see, I can feel in this world right now, mainly because of the pandemic, a lot of people are suffering, as you all know, we all know, and there are lots of anger, lots of frustration, and lots of fear, and lots of blames, and lots of anger, and all different levels of anger. People are angry towards the authorities, governments, and on different levels of governments, and also angry with the world situation. People feel no freedom and trapped, and like a kind of like a prisoner, almost like a hostage situation, and then a lack of income, lack of business, lack of work, and unable to, especially feel very lonely, and you're unable to see your loved ones and to spend time, and a very unfortunate situation. So there are lots of anger and frustration and also fear. And so we need to overcome the anger and look at the anger. You see there is anger inside of us, right? So then you meditate on it. And we know why we're angry. And so we need meditate on bodhicitta. So then I will go to the Lam Rim text here, the source of the teaching. First Panchen Lama's Lam Rim De Lam. And so there are three outlines. Actually, the first two outlines, how to meditate on love. Chanchu Simche Tsutang. Chanchu Simche Tsutang. Simche ni Chobala loves the law. First, how to meditate on the bodhicitta. Then, how to cultivate the bodhicitta. And also, Chanchu Simche Ba'u Tang. Simche Chogizong. Then, how to generate bodhicitta and how to take this vow of bodhicitta and so forth. So first, how to generate bodhicitta, how to cultivate bodhicitta. Okay, love. So there are two traditional methods here. The first one is called the 7 Mahayana cause and effect. That's the first outline, and then that's the first method. Then the second one is exchanging the attitude of oneself with others, and exchanging the attitude of oneself with others. Dagjin Yamje, Tibetan word. So there's two kinds of methods. And so first method is 7 Mahayana cause and effect. So before we meditate on 7 Mahayana cause and effect, it advised, Lam Rim teaching advice, we meditate on equanimity, meditate on equilibrium mind. So, the method of meditation on bodhicitta is, as I said before, meditate on loving kindness for all beings, for all sentient beings, everyone. Nobody is excluded, everyone. Huh? So otherwise, if we are excluding some sentient beings, then it is not a bodhicitta. You say, well, I practice Dharma for all sentient beings except a group of people, okay? Or except a certain group of people. Then that's not bodhicitta. That's discrimination, right? Certain color of the people, or nation, race, or religion, and if we exclude one group of people, let's say their religion, okay, excluding, that's not bodhicitta. How could be that bodhicitta? If we exclude one group of people because of the color of their skin, that's not bodhicitta. If we exclude a group of people because their, how should I say, lifestyle, or say, let's say communist, or you say, I will except I would like to become enlightened for all sentient beings, except the communist. That's not a bodhicitta, right? Or capitalist. Doesn't matter which, whatever, excluding, then that's not bodhicitta. So no one is excluded. Okay. So otherwise, it is not possible. It can't be bodhicitta, right? And his Tibetan word is Simchen Tamche. Simchen Tamche means all sentient beings. So this is not only, we're not talking about only human beings. Sentient being is living beings, living creatures, sentient being. We're talking about animals, insects, living beings who are in different realms. And for example, gods, demigods, and hungry ghosts, and animals, and hell realm. There are 6 realms. So we're not the only being on this earth. Like we human beings think that we're only the live on this earth. Sometimes we think that way. We are the sort of dominating. We are. We have the right for everything, and everything else belongs to us. And human beings can become arrogant, and we think that we are the most powerful creature on the earth or beyond the earth, right? Everything else belongs to us, for us, made for us, and and created for us, whatever. There's this kind of attitudes, right? And actually, in fact, that we human beings are one of the 6 living sentient beings, 6 realms of sentient beings. As I said, there are God realm, demigods, and animal realm, hungry ghost realm, hell realms. 5 of them. We're just one, right? So you cannot exclude the other sentient beings. When we're talking about, I would like to become enlightened for all sentient beings, what it means, like I would like to become enlightened Buddha for all the sentient beings of the six realms, right? And then before we meditate on bodhicitta, as I said before, we have to meditate on equilibrium mind and equanimity. Tibetan word is tang yum. Tang yum means equilibrium mind. And think about it. All sentient beings are equal. We are all equal. So this attitude is very good attitude. Equilibrium mind, equal. And we are talking about equality, right? In a society, democratic society, and civilized society, we're talking about equality. We need equality. And before, there was no equality. And today also, there's no equality. Many parts of the world, there's no equality. And a lot of times, lots of places in the world, lots of society and places, there's no equality. There's no justice. And there's lots of cruelties and lots of powers dominating. And a lot of people, many people are at the bottom of the ladder, treated like slaves, and looked down on them, and in a lot of injustice, lots of discrimination, lots of persecutions in the world, right? And as we know, I don't need to talk about this, and even the religious communities, there are lots of inequality. There's injustice, there's prosecution, religious groups prosecuting each other. And even within one religious community, there's also a form of inequality and persecutions. And it goes on and on. And it has been this way for centuries, thousands of years. And so a lot of the wars, as we all know, a lot of the wars started because of religions and so on. So there is no equality. This is why it's very difficult to meditate on love and compassion. And this is why it is difficult to achieve real peace, authentic peace, and not only talking peace in my mouth, but practice peace, love in our hearts. Easy to talk about love, 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 peace and that, and it's not easy to practice. So, in order to practice love and compassion and peace, and for everyone, first one has to meditate on equilibrium mind, equanimity. So the Tibetan word is tangyam. So now we need to think about, we have to do some rational thinking, analytical meditation on equality, equilibrium mind. Why is it equal or not? So according to Lam Rim teaching here, this is the technique here. It's a very powerful technique. It's a beautiful technique, and it's a practical one. And so it suggests that you should visualize Shakyamuni Buddha up there as an object of refuge, and kind of like a witness him. Then I'm sitting here myself. Then I visualize my father and the father side of the family and uncles and so on and so forth, all the other male on my right side. And then on my left side, I visualize my mother, sister, and all the mother side of people, like the ladies, women, and all the female on my left side. And then I visualize my family, friends, the love, people that I love and I care, and those very kind, loving people, I visualize them behind me, sitting behind me. Then in front of me, I visualize the people who are difficult for me, people who give me difficulties, people who insulted me, people who humiliated me, and people who gave me a hard time, and those kind of people. And if you want, for the label, enemies or not, whatever, you visualize those people in front. Okay. And like that, so many, it's not just 5 or 10 or 12 dozen of people, but according to Lam Rim teachings suggests that you visualize many everywhere around you. Now, why you visualize the people who give you a hard time, people who humiliated, insulted, abused you, bullied on you in front? Because you have to see them. You have to face. You have to have the guts. You have to have ability to face them, to see them, not to run away from them. And because it's hard to face them, especially if those people abused you in the past or insulted you, humiliated you, and hard to see them. Or you are traumatized. You can't see it. You don't want to look at them, right? We run from them, run away from them. This is why we should visualize in front of us. Easy to visualize people that you love and loved ones in front of you, and you don't need to visualize in front of you. Leave them behind you. It does not mean you're ignoring them. Ignore them, or you're not going to practice loving kindness for them. So there is a good reason why we visualize this way, in this order. All the male on the right side, and the females on the left side, and so on and so forth. Okay, then you sit down and relax, meditate, and generate your feelings. How you look at your inside of you look at your mind. How do you feel when you pay your attention and your thoughts going towards to those group of people in front of you? How do you feel? Right? And how do you feel the people who are behind you? How do you feel the people on the right side and left side? So you got four different feelings, right? And generally speaking, I'm talking about generally. So now this is what we call mindfulness of feeling. Here we talk about mindfulness. When we do meditation on Satipatthana Sutra, do meditation on mindfulness of body, mindfulness of feeling, mindfulness of mind, mindfulness of object of mind, so on, right? So the second mindfulness meditation, second Satipatthana is mindfulness of feeling, right? So feeling is, there's different kinds of feelings. Feeling about yourself, feeling your body, feeling your mind, but also feeling towards the others, right? So how do you feel? Then you can see yourself, my feeling is kind of mixed up, or my feeling is confused, my feeling is divided and polarized, and my feeling is not very good at this point, sort of divided and polarized and torn different ways. I can feel the distance and coldness the people in front of me. I don't feel very warm with them. And I feel warm closeness, the people sitting behind me. I feel they're behind me, supporting me. Right? They're protecting me in case if I'm attacked by the people in front of me. This is the true feeling, because your feelings coming. And then you have feeling with the people on your right side, your father's side of the people, or the male there. And you have a different kind of feeling. Depends on your relationship with them in the present time. Depends on your relationship with them in the past. Again, there could be different kinds of feelings, right? And how to say, but everybody is different, I can't speak for everybody here. Then you look at the people on your left side, or your mothers and sisters, aunts and so forth. How do you feel, all these ladies here? And again, there could be different feelings. Could be nice and warm feelings, and maybe some little difficult feelings, or whatever, right? You feel all this now. So this is why kind of mixed feelings now. So, so this is an opportunity to practice equanimity, opportunity, and because you have four different feelings, and there are four different groups you're visualizing around on your four directions. So they are the object of your meditation on equanimity, because your feelings are different towards them, and they are different kind of people. You have different kind of relations with them. You have different karma with them, and this is the perfect opportunity to practice equilibrium mind, right? And so this is an opportunity to work on, I have opportunity to work on this feeling, meditate on what we call equilibrium mind. And now I like to give you an example. So, Tang Yung, Tibetan word is Tang Yung Saji. Tang Yung Saji. Tang Yung is equanimity or equilibrium mind. Saji is earth. Tang Yung Saji. So this is the earth is the example. For example, you are going to work out in the garden. Now is springtime in North America, and in Asia, springtime now. This is April, right? So people are running around, and those people, the farmers and people who have a garden, you prepare your garden, and you buy tools and buy earth, soil, or get manure and fertilizer and so forth, and you make the garden, the field is ready for growing the seeds, crops, and so forth, right? But you have to make the field is good field and smooth and suitable for growing crops. And you need to put fertilizer and so forth. Otherwise, if the field is too dry, too much sand, too much clay, and too many rocks, and you can't plant seeds. So you have to clean and prepare everything, turn over, and so on and so forth, right? Make a nice field. That's why Tang Yum Jambi Saishi in Tibetan word. So then you can plant the seeds. You can start this, what we call starters, right? And now it's time to do that. And so like that, if there are big rocks, you move them and build a fence around. And if there are some weeds, you pull them out. There's some thorny bushes, pull them out from the root, and put the fertilizer, make a very nice field, right? So it's a lot of work, hard work, but it's wonderful work because you're fortunate. I think you are fortunate. I feel fortunate. I can do that. I got my own garden. Since the COVID came last year, I have made a garden, and a fairly large garden. It's about 40 inches square, 40 inches diameter, a big soil, big garden with the fence and nice soil. I made a beautiful garden. I grew last year. I grew beans, peas, carrots, and kale, tomatoes, and arugulas, so on and so forth. Planted some flowers, and it was a beautiful garden. And then suddenly insects came, and lizards came, and birds came, and all this cycle of life started. It's a nice garden, right? So it's not easy. It's a lot of work, but it's fun. And then at the end of the summer, and I can eat beautiful organic vegetables like carrots and kale and beans and squash and eggplants. It's delicious. A lot of work, right? Enjoy. And I said to myself, I don't need to buy vegetables from the supermarket. And I got my own food here. And too much food, I gave it to my neighbors. I distributed to my neighbors. That was very enjoyable. And that was more fun than eating by myself. I can share with my friends, right? So that was a superb garden I have. So a lot of work like that. So now here we practice what we call equanimity, equilibrium mind, right? So this is the meditation. So you meditate on those four group of people around you on the four directions. Then you meditate from analytical point of view by analytical mind. Okay, I must cultivate bodhicitta, loving kindness, for all those sentient beings. Although I feel different feelings, some I feel distant, the people in front of me, some people behind me, I feel closeness, and right and left, and so on. But I should practice equanimity, loving kindness to all those four groups, because they are sentient beings. They're equal. And equally they are suffering. They all have their own suffering. They all have their issues. They all have their stories. As soon as they open their mouth, start telling about suffering, problems, right? And we have saying, man does not know how to live with peace, but man knows how to live with suffering, right? And as soon as they're peaceful, they start fighting again. And so then they want to live with, this is what's happening in Afghanistan. No, never peace, right? Everybody running around with the guns and fighting all the time, shooting, firing. They don't want to live. And they never lived with this generation now, last 20 years, 30 years, young people are always fighting instead of going to school. A lot of people, they don't know how to they don't know what to do. And I'm not talking about everybody in Afghanistan, and some of these group of people, certain group of people fighting among each other, and so on and so forth. So we have saying man does not know how to live with peace, knows how to live with suffering or war, and it's very unfortunate, right? So, and it's not just their own fault, Afghan people's fault, but there are other groups that are involved with these kinds of wars, as we all know. So, so then deep inside, in everybody's mind, in everybody's consciousness, in everybody's spirit, they want peace, happiness, and stability, and harmony. They want to live peacefully. They want to go to bed without fear. They want to go to bed without worry. They want to sleep without bad dreams and nightmares. And they want to wake up without worrying how you're going to spend the day, what is going to happen today. They want to wake up, have a leisurely wake up, have a good sleep, leisurely have a good breakfast, and enjoy the breakfast with your family, and have a good lunch, good day, recreational, go for a walk, do exercise, meditation, instead of worrying what's going to happen today, right? And I know myself experience those kinds of traumas as a being refugee, growing up as a refugee child, and went through a lot of things like that. So everybody, deep inside everybody's heart, mind, they have the same feeling. Everybody wants love and peace and happiness. Nobody wants suffering. Everybody wants to have prosperity, joy, peace, stability, and family, live with family, or without family. Well, whatever you wish, at least live with peace. So we all have the same mind. And regardless your background, culture, religion, color, and race, everybody's the same. Now, not only human beings, animals, they also want to live with peace. They look for peace, shelter, food, the family. They have their own families. A lot of times, animals are more kinder than human beings. Animals, they look after each other. I saw on YouTube, small bird, we call wobbler. Wobbler is feeding big baby cuckoo bird, feeding. So first I thought, well, this little bird is feeding the big baby. He must be having fun feeding this little big baby. It's like me feeding an elephant. I like feeding elephant. I thought that was fun. Because when I grew up in India, you see elephant. Suddenly I run, buy some bananas, and feed them. Oh, this big nose come out, grab the banana, put it in his mouth. And I thought that was kind of fun, right? A little scary, what he's going to do with his big nose, And then you give another banana, and the elephant is happy. It was fun. Then you feel good. Oh, I fed this big animal, right? So I thought this little bird, wobblers, having fun feeding this little big cuckoo bird, baby cuckoo bird. It's 3 times bigger than the wobbler himself. Then I thought, well, he's not doing just for fun. Maybe the wobbler knew that baby cuckoo bird, his mother is vanished, died. Now this wobbler feels he's responsible. She or he is responsible to feed this big baby cuckoo bird. Because the wobbler says, I'm a bird, we both birds. I know what it's like when you're hungry. Somehow, it's not a conscious decision as a human beings, but it's more by instinct. Because then I thought the mother cuckoo bird must be vanished. Otherwise, if the mother is around, why would she let the wobbler feed her baby? And, from human kind of thinking, right? Maybe the mother get jealous. Hey, leave my baby alone, kind of, right? Usually this is how human beings do. Hey, why are you feeding my baby? I know what you're giving to my baby, and no way, absolutely no way. Nobody's allowed to feed my baby, right? That's how you feel, like your fear, right? And you have right to do that. Of course, you don't want some stranger come and feeding your babies, right? So maybe the mother cuckoo bird might be vanished. So anyway, my point is that these birds have so much compassion, love. There's some kind of responsibility, That's why I said earlier, animals sometimes more kinder than human beings and more gentler, and they do cause less problems. Like we create a lot of problems as human beings, right? We destroy their habitats. They don't destroy our homes, and except woodpeckers fly around, make few holes on your side of your house, and or the mouse eat some food, come around in your house, or ants come around in your house. Well, they're just looking for food. They're not there. They didn't come here to attack us. They're just looking for food. So if we have to do something, feed them somehow, or make them go somewhere else, and you have to do something, right? And anyway, and so here I'm talking about equilibrium mind. So when you think about logically, you think about are we all equal? Yes, we're not equal in terms of lifestyle or body size or where we live, who we are, and this and that. We're not equal. It can't be equal. It doesn't have to be equal. And but psychologically, emotionally, philosophically, and spiritually, and we are equal. Therefore, we practice equanimity. So once you do that equanimity, develop this equilibrium mind, then it's easier to develop the bodhicitta motivation and meditate on bodhicitta. Otherwise, as I said, and if you exclude one group of persons or living beings, even just one, if you exclude, then it's not bodhicitta. And you see, then it's not bodhicitta. Okay, so this time I would like to lead meditation on equilibrium mind, equanimity. Okay, so as I mentioned before, so you sit there comfortably and please visualize four groups of sentient beings on the four directions. In front of you, you visualize people who you find difficult to relate, who give you a hard time, insulted, and so on and so forth. Visualize them in front of you, sitting somewhere. Doesn't have to be right in front of you, a little bit further. And then on the backside, you visualize people that you love, you care, and you feel easy to be, and so on and so forth. On the right side, you visualize all the father side people, brothers and uncles, and so on. Many of them. And then on the left side, you visualize your mother, aunt, and niece, and sisters, and so on. All these people on the left side. And then around them, all these sentient beings. Now you meditate on them. You see, how do I feel? Then you feel unequal, right? And then this unequalness, feelings distance to some group and feel closeness from some group. This is all from my mind. My mind is feeling that way. So therefore, I have to develop equilibrium mind towards to them, and as a base and the foundation of meditation on loving kindness. Okay, let's do this visualization and meditation. So this is the visualization on equilibrium mind. Then after that, we do the actual meditation on bodhicitta. Okay, and there are more things to talk about. How to meditate on bodhicitta, I will explain next week, and the week after next, meditation on 7 Mahayana cause and effect, and exchanging the attitude of oneself with others. But this time we'll do a brief meditation on loving kindness. Okay, so after you visualize these sentient beings around us, then you go back to your heart and into the heart, and then you have received before you have received these blessings from Shakyamuni Buddha that you visualize in front of you. White light emanated from Shakyamuni Buddha's heart, then dissolved into your heart. Okay, so now I visualize this beautiful white light in my heart, in my chest. Here, white light, and like a moon, and like this time like a horizontal color, it's a horizontal shape, beautiful white moon, and imagine this is sort of the symbol of my loving kindness. And then this beautiful bright light, white light, shining from my heart, and symbolize loving kindness. Okay. And then light goes out to first goes to the front of you, towards to the sentient beings in front of you, and then goes to the right, and then to the behind you, and to the left, and go around like kind of like a circle, right? Go, and not like going around a circle, but in that order, kind of going right order, right away, like clockwise. So white light shines from my heart first, goes to the sentient beings in front of you, and so I send my love, bodhicitta, loving kindness, metta, and karuna. Then light goes to the right, to the group, and then I send my love and compassion, then to the right, to the behind, and to the left. So now I send my love and compassion to all four groups of sentient beings, all sentient beings. If you have any questions about meditation on equanimity and bodhicitta, most welcome. No questions?
I think everybody's still in samadhi.
All right.
Oh, so Laura Keith has a question. Is there a specific reason why the males are on the right and the women are on my left?
Mm-hmm. Is there specific reasons? Not really. You have to start from somewhere. So if you like to do the other way around, no problem.
Okay. Patty Gora asks, it is especially helpful to have you remind us that the feeling of closeness or aversion comes only from our mind. When these feelings arise in the moment, are there remedies to apply?
The remedy is the one we meditate on, equanimity. So when you have feeling of aversion and what's the other one? Closeness. No. What's the word?
Feeling of closeness or aversion.
Yeah, closeness and
Conscious
aversion.
or aversion.
And they come from your mind, right?
Yeah.
So then you meditate on the equilibrium mind. Then send meditation on loving kindness, send the light. But when the feeling of closeness or aversion arise, don't shut up that feeling right away. Don't try to meditate on loving equilibrium mind right away. First, you feel it, how you feel the aversion, how you feel closeness. and you have to kind of feel it, right? And then you have to apply logical mind, like analytical mind, and that's the mind that says, well, feeling aversion to someone, feeling closeness to others um, is not way to practice loving kindness. And this is not bodhicitta. And this is not equilibrium mind. And this is a mind that is dividing myself, or I'm dividing them. And so therefore, I must practice equilibrium mind, do then equilibrium meditation, and then meditate, send loving kindness, send the light to all of them.
Thank you. Pam Martin says, thinking about strangers, I'm inclined to ignore them and also often ignore enemies and put them over there as well. Could you please comment on this?
Ignore them?
Mm-hmm. So you kind of just don't even want to deal with them. You just ignore it, as opposed to thinking about the equanimity.
Yeah, well, if we ignore them, then that's not it's hard to do meditation or equanimity, equilibrium mind also, because that means you just sort of give up on them, right? So, okay, you guys too difficult to deal with. I don't like you guys. You guys give me a hard time. I don't like this feeling about you guys. And therefore, I don't care what happened to you guys. Go to the age of the earth. Goodbye. And well, then you kind of rejecting them, right? And then how do we practice equilibrium mind? You can't. Otherwise, you might almost saying, I will only practice equilibrium mind for those nice guys and nice people, right? Then I practice equanimity. And nice woman, nice man, nice children, and nice old folks, and nice animal, cute animals, nice birds, and I practice equilibrium. And because they are different age, different group, different colors, so on, so on, then I have to practice equilibrium. That's not equilibrium. Yes, in a way, equilibrium, but not a pure equilibrium mind. So here we're talking about equilibrium mind is not just nice people. Easy to do that, but we're dealing with everyone and trying to solve this issue of solve this attitude or this mind feeling resentful and difficult, and and so you can't just leave it on the side somewhere. You bring it in front of. That's why you visualize in front of you.
Thank you. Very good. James Vandergrift asks, Rinpoche, what about the idea of personal boundaries and keeping toxic people out of our energy space and mind?
When we're talking about boundaries and toxic energy and all that, we are talking about on a physical level, keeping distance. This is a good idea. And so on a physical level, you don't want to be around with the toxic people. The toxic people cause difficulties, and it's hard to even meditate, I see. So when we talk about keeping physical different distance, like we have this social distancing rules, because of COVID, same kind of attitude, same kind of thing, right? So you have a toxic people who cause problems. We have to keep social distancing, physical distancing, otherwise too difficult. But on a mental level, you don't have to keep distance. And in the mental level, you trying to see them as a sentient beings and real sentient being, they're suffering. And they're confused. They're creating unwholesome karmas for themselves. And therefore, I should feel compassion for them. Therefore, I practice loving kindness for them. I send my light from my heart. They could be right in front of you, in your mind, in visualization. When we talk about physical distance and boundary, we talk about on a physical level.
Good, thank you. Don Connolly asks, can you still send light to those who have hurt you even when you don't feel like it? Is it still efficacious? I can't say this word. Efficacious.
So, can you send the light to them even though you don't like them?
Yep. Even to those who hurt you, even when you don't feel like it.
Well, that's the whole point. We're talking about visualizing people in front of you, people who give you a hard time, who traumatize you, who abuse you, insulted you, attacked you, and you have difficulties with the issues. You don't feel like, you don't have this feeling, I like you guys. You don't feel that way, right? That's why you visualize them in front of you. You can say, you can be honest to yourself. I don't like you that much, and but this is why what I like to do, because I don't like you, so I want to make it somehow. Somehow I could change my attitude, so that somehow I will start having positive mind towards you. I will start. At some point I could have this mind that I liking you, or you will start having the same kind of feelings towards me. So we make peace, right? For example, I told this story before. Atisha Dipankara, great Indian Buddhist master, the founder of the Lam Rim teaching, he used to sit somewhere, meditate somewhere, or somewhere in India, next door to this mad sadhu. Okay, so this mad sadhu gave him a hard time. So then Atisha's disciple said to him, "Oh, master, why do you stay here with next door to this mad sadhu? Why don't we just go somewhere else? And he caused so much trouble for you and distracting you." So Atisha said, "No, no, no. I like to I like to live here, meditate here, and this madman is object of my meditation on patience and perseverance. I mean, he's great. He gives me opportunity to practice patience and perseverance. So surely, Atisha is not always excited about this mad sadhu. He might be some kind of pseudo sadhu. Who knows? Pseudo sadhu. Okay, have you heard about that word before? Pseudo sadhu. And Atisha is not so fond of this person. And he probably will say, well, Atisha would probably say, I don't really like this guy, but he is good for object of my meditation on loving kindness. And maybe one day he will realize that I'm not attacking him, and he might stop doing mischievous things. That's what Atisha did.
Yeah, it's a good lesson.
All right.
Thank you.
Good. Are we done?
Looks like it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. See you next week, next Sunday.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you.